Hello, people. Hello, hello. Merry Christmas. Hope you have a happy new year. As we all know, today is Christmas, December 25th. It's me, your boy, Danny Graham, aka Comment Chat. That's my channel name. I'm just going to get on here 45 minutes, an hour, or as long as if anybody comes in, cares to join me. I know a lot of you probably celebrate with your families, which is a good thing. Probably done stuff from eating all that barbecue and macaroni and what did I do? That barbecue. Hey, what's up, Two Gun Pedro? Good to see you, Bo. Um, Before we get started, like I always do, if this is the first time you visited my channel, please subscribe. I need your subscriptions. Just recently, I've crossed over the 1,000 subscriber mark, and man, it was a great achievement. But my next milestone is going to be 1,500. So I'm trying to get to 1,500. Hopefully by end of February, March, somewhere in that area, I'll be happy. What's up, A-Rod, Sale Holmes, and the Omega Effect? Merry Christmas to both of you brothers. I appreciate you joining me. Second thing I always ask you when I come on start my chat is please hit that notification bell. I don't want you to miss any material that I upload in the future. And third, I'm actually do is please give me a thumbs up. I need that positive feedback for many reasons. First of all, it helps algorithm that puts me on better pages, gets my topics trending. I want to be trending one day like uncontrollable. More they trend, more likes I get, more looks I get. Second, man, your comments and your thumbs up makes me realize that I'm heading in the right direction. If you like something, then I know that that's a topic that's probably near and dear to your heart, like it is to mine, and you're interested in the topic. So it's kind of like a Geiger count. I'm trying to figure out which way I need to go, what I need to keep chugging on and going on and doing. Thank you, Two Gun Pedro, for the 1,000 subs, man. I know you and a lot of other people that's on here were able to help me. All I can say, bottom of my heart is thank you. I appreciate it, man. Merry Christmas, Perry Comics. How you doing, sir? Today, man, I didn't want to really talk about anything in particular. This is a Christmas show. Usually I'm not off during the week. Got two jobs, and usually when I get off one, I go straight to the other, but I'm off. I was off yesterday briefly. I went to another job. But today I was off all day. I got to hit it again tomorrow morning. So really had nothing to do. My grandsons, wife and daughter, got all their presents. They around in the living room chilling, watching TV. So I decided to come on here, man, and see what y'all want to talk about. What's up with y'all? Any questions you may have as it relates to Rise of Skywalker, Mandalorian, upcoming news. Finally made a live stream. Good for you, man. Man, I'm telling you, once you do one, keep going, man. You'll get better and better and better. If you go back and look at like my first ones, man, I stunk it up, and I'm still not where I want to be. But man, I made my first YouTube channel in the daggone bathroom, and I used my grandson's action figures on the shelf in the back, and he had like all the Avengers and Batman. If you go back and look at my first ones, you see I didn't have the right lighting. I just had the bathroom light, and it was terrible. But slowly but surely, man, I bought the camera lights, which I'm using now, umbrellas, proper photographing light. I was able to get a proper camera. I suggest if you're starting off, get the Logitech camera. It's not that bad. I found out now sometimes my sound and my picture distorted. I don't have enough RAMs. So I'm going to get that taken care of after the first of the year. So once I get those RAMs, going to Geek Squad at Best Buy, add those RAMs, then I should be up to par. And I bought a mic. I had an older mic. This was my first mic. Only cost like $30. And it wasn't all that great. So I upgraded to a Yeti. Robert Storms, my buddies, told me about this Yeti. Walmart sells $100. But man, it's very good quality. So man, just buy your pieces one by one. Who said they did it first? Two Gun Pedro. Just buy your stuff one by one, man, and just take your time. You'll get there. It took me. I started last February, and you get a year to get your hours and your subscribers. And I just crossed my 1,000 subscribers about 2 weeks ago, so not quite a year. But man, you just gotta pump out good material, kind of on a consistent basis. And one of the good things to get your hours. I'm starting to do it now because I don't quite have my hours. Gonna have 8,000 hours. Once you do a bunch of videos, create a playlist. They'll show you how to do it on your dashboard, and just play your playlist over and over and over. When you're going to sleep at night, click on your playlist and let it play through. That'll get your hours. If you do a live stream on StreamYard, that goes towards your hours too. You got to get 8,000 hours. So create that playlist. Get your buddy to create a playlist, man, and just play it. Yeah, at night, if you're at work, just get on there, hit playlist, put about 15, 20 of your videos on there, and just hit play, let it play through. And it'll have the little continuous marker. Hit continuous, so when it get done, just hit it, start back again, and do the playlist. All that goes towards your hours, man. Just little things that I didn't know at first. Nobody told me. I kind of learned it myself. But do that, Two Gun Pedro, and that'll help you get your hours, bro. Omega Facts. Who's my favorite superhero? Whew, that is a hard question. I've been recently talking to other YouTubers, and it's a big. You probably see this later on this year, upcoming year. Sean Stackhouse. We become friends through YouTube. He and Chris Knight, they got a good. Go over and check them out. Sub to their stations. Fantastic, very knowledgeable. They like Superman. I like my boy back here, Vegeta and Goku. I think that Vegeta and Goku, once they merge through fusion or the earrings, or now that Goku has achieved Ultra Instinct, I don't think he can be beat. And I know what people are saying. We haven't seen what Goku has achieved in Ultra Instinct. But I know right now, top of my head, Superman got 3 weaknesses. Superman can't, if you put him in the red sun, he has no power. Kryptonite can kill him. No, he's also susceptible to magic. So those 3 things right there, Superman weaknesses. Not to mention, if you want to count Lois Lane. If anybody ever kidnapped Lois Lane, if you see in Batman v Superman, he got 2 weaknesses: his mom and Lois Lane. For a brief period in the movie, Lex Luthor had the advantage over him because he had his mom kidnapped. So he forced him to do something he didn't want to do in order to save his mom, or what he thought to save his mom. So Superman has a lot of weaknesses. If you take all of them out the picture, then yeah, but how are you going to take Krypton out the picture? How are you going to take if he doesn't have the yellow sun? And then we saw in Batman v Superman, Batman was smart enough to fool him and almost kill him, or get the better of him and almost kill him. So if Batman can do that, what do you think Goku can do? United Thrive said Santa is fake. Okay. You get anything cool for Christmas? What I get cool for Christmas? I am an ex-Marine, so my wife bought me a gigantic Marine blanket, which I love. In fact, I took a nap under it today. I thought that was real cool. She know how I like Marine. I got Marine stuff all in my office, at work, on my car. So I was happy to get that. Also, I shaved my hair bald. This is how it's ever been. I knew I was getting one of those pit bull bald head shavers. I'm going to test that out tonight. You can go wet or dry. I'm really kind of excited about that because I'm kind of cheap. I was tired of going to the barbershop paying $20, $25. Now I just cut my hair bald. But now this thing's supposed to make it a whole lot easier and better. And just cut it on and go over there and it cuts it off. So we'll see how that works tonight. What do you think of the toxic fans? Ninjoid, I am so glad you brought that up. I'm assuming that you're referring to Star Wars toxic fans, right? Is that correct? You enjoy 243? I am so glad you brought that up. I love numbers. In my profession, I got to deal with numbers. Without going in too deep, I'm in law enforcement. Please don't hold that against me. I love numbers. Numbers is what I got to keep, make sure everything running right. When my boss asks me, we got to do this, we got to do that, I have the numbers to back it up. Okay. A lot of people are saying, or some of the fans are saying, that because it didn't come out the box with its large opening weekend, it's not going to make $1 billion. But let me lift off four movies a year, and two of these are $1 billion movies. Okay, Rise of Skywalker made $176 million the opening weekend. 176. Compared to Last Jedi and Force Awakens, it's 44 million less than Last Jedi and 72 million less than Force Awakens. Now, the reason why Force Awakens, in my opinion, made so much money because we asked somebody from the Revenge of the Sith to Force Awakens, how many years passed? The average person tell you, 4 or 5. I think it was 5 or 6. No, it was 10 years. So from the time when Anakin became Darth Vader in The Last Jedi, no, The Revenge of the Sith, to the time we saw Rey and Finn in Force Awakens, 10 years have passed. So for 10 years, we ain't heard nothing about Star Wars. Nothing. So when Star Wars came up, all the Star Wars fans was chomping at the bit. Oh, yeah, Star Wars is back. Yes, yeah, yeah. Let's go see it. Let's go see it. Let's go see it. So that's why it made such a high opening, because for 10 years, we heard nothing. Not a peep, nothing. Then when they start showing the trailers, that's when we heard and we knew Star Wars was coming back. Everybody and their mama was ready to see it, that Star Wars fan. So that's why it made $248 billion. One of the reasons why. Now, it didn't divide the fans as much, but when The Last Jedi divided the fans, oh my Lord, there are YouTubes out there, and I'm not going to call their names, that their sole purpose in life is to destroy or say anything they can negative about Disney's Star Wars. Oh, it's SJW. Oh, it's this, it's that. Da, 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 da. Every day they got something negative about this Star Wars, this sequel. So if you keep hearing something negative every day, sooner or later, if you ain't someone with a strong opinion or a strong mind, you're gonna start hearing that, and subconsciously you're gonna start, yeah, I think Star Wars might be do sucking. Oh yeah, oh he makes a good point. I mean, it's just hundreds and hundreds of YouTubers out there. I mean, I can't believe they got this much time on their hands to talk about something that's really not even real. Because my opinion is, and I've already said this stuff ain't real. It is escapism. The movies are made for you to take a break out of reality for 2 hours, 3 hours in game's case. Take a break out of reality and say, look, man, I'm just going to go here. I'm going to enjoy this and just don't worry. My troubles are at work, my troubles at home, my troubles in life. I'm just going to put that aside. I'm going to enjoy the movie. But no, they got some people, boy, now. I mean, their sole purpose is to take the pitchforks and the torches and Star Wars is Frankenstein, and they're going to do everything in their power to destroy the monster that is Frankenstein. Now, here are 4 movies that made less than Rise of Skywalker. I did the numbers. I love numbers because numbers don't lie. Wonder Woman made $103 million. Now, it's the second highest grossing DC film. Was claimed to be successful. Wonder Woman, for opening weekend, made $103 million. The Dark Knight Rises, which everybody loved, opening weekend only made $160 million. It was proclaimed a hit. Third movie, and this is one that made $1 billion movie, that made $1 billion. Aquaman, opening weekend only made $166, which is $10 million less than what Rise of Skywalker made, and it made $1 billion opening weekend. So let that sink in. Just because you don't come out here with these big numbers. Now, Aquaman, which is a smaller franchise, not a household name, made $1 billion, but the opening weekend it made 166. Star Wars, which is a household name, people from generations 30, 40 years back know what Star Wars is. It only made 176. And the reason why is because the people with the pitchforks and the torches is killing it. It's not fair. And Captain Marvel, which made $1 billion movie, made $153 million the opening weekend. $153 million opening weekend. And Rise of Skywalker made 176. Now let all that sink in. These people talking about if this don't make $1 billion movie, don't make $1 billion, it's not going to be successful. That's bullcrap. I think it's going to have a big and good weekend because of Christmas. A lot of people are coming into town. A lot of people are going to take their family members to see it. I think it's going to, and not the fact, the help, Also, The Mandalorian is coming, the last and final episode of The Mandalorian is coming out in 2 days. So I think that's going to help it too, because people are going to see The Mandalorian, get that Star Wars nostalgia, and say, man, let's go check out Star Wars and see what this movie's about. So I think it's going to do well. I'm very curious Monday to see what this Christmas weekend will do for it. Sean Stackhouse, how you doing, buddy? You're absolutely right. Sean says, I'm not a big fan of Disney Star Wars, but I can't say there ain't good things in the movies. That would make me a straight up liar. I'm not a big fan of Disney Star Wars, but I can't say that there aren't any good things in the movies. That would make me a straight up liar. Okay. Now, to further my argument about the fans, the toxic fans of the Star Wars, everybody and their mama now is yelling for Miss Kennedy's head. Kathleen Kennedy, the president or whoever, the boss of Star Wars now, the protege who was handpicked by George Lucas to take over the reins of Star Wars. I'm not saying she made mistakes, but if you look at money and the money that she's made the company money, which is whether you want to believe it or not, or drink that cup or not. That's what it's all about. You want to make good movies, but you also want to make good profits. The shareholders of Disney can't say they're not making profits from Star Wars movies. They would be lying if they say they didn't do that, with the exception of maybe Solo. Other than that, her movies have been profitable. Also, and this is an argument that I have with friends, Kathleen Kennedy, you cannot set all the blame at her feet because she has a boss. Her boss name is Bob Iger. Bob Iger is the head honcho at Disney. And if the same way that these toxic fans or these fandom menace people or whoever that's talking all this negative stuff, he can hear them. We can hear them. He also can hear them. And he should have had enough balls to say, Kennedy, look, this ain't working out. I'm catching heat 6 ways of Sunday, and on Sunday I'm catching heat double. So either you got to change this and bring George in, or bring whoever you need to bring in to make this right and get back on course, the correct course, or I'm going to have to let you go. He didn't do that. He sit back in the corner collecting his check, and while she ran it into the ground, so to speak, or that's what fans are saying. That's what toxic fans are saying. That it's all her fault. It's all her agenda. I'm not saying she's not to blame for some of this stuff, but she's not the total blame, because at the end of the day, she got a boss, just like we all do that work. And I know at my boss, he gives me certain liberties, and I have a guideline. But if I cross that guideline, he's will most definitely put me back in check or say, hey, Danny, we can't do it that way. Or Danny, you do this right here. Or Danny, we ain't not going to allow this. You got to do this. The same way my boss tells me, same way your boss tells you, same way your supervisor tells you, Bob Iger could have told Kathleen Kennedy, look, you're stinking it up. I'm saying it nice. I really want to say, drop an F-bomb. But that's what he should have tell her. He didn't tell her that. So I'm not saying, all I'm saying is he wears some of the blame too. Because what's going to happen if, when he gets rid of her, I think he's going to get rid of her after this movie, and this next crew comes in that he hired, they mess it up. So who's it going to be? Who fault's it going to be then? let's just say hypothetically they come in and they mess it up. They don't get it right. Now, I think Dave Filoni and I think Jon Favreau and the lady that directed the last Mandalorian, her last name is Chow. I can't think of her first name. I apologize. I think they're gonna be dream team, dynamic team. If they get their stuff together and they get a movie, good script, let George Lucas do a good treatment and they follow that treatment, get good writers in there, then I think I would wait 3 to 5 years, probably closer to five, between three, between 5 years. I would get a good story in there, good treatment, good writers, good directors. Then I would let Star Wars come out with something from the Old Republic, or do something on the Sith, or do something we haven't seen before. That's what I would do. Merry Christmas to you, Tony Brown. I'm just answering a few questions. Who asked that question? Ninja 243. I hope they answer your question, man. I kind of went off on that tangent. I was hoping somebody would open that door for me, and that's how I feel about the toxic fans. I love Rise of Skywalker. Did it have some unopened, some questions unanswered? It sure did. But a lot of movies have questions that's unanswered. But some people say it's lazy writing. I'm not getting into all the technical aspects of it. I'm getting into that I like the story because there was a plot. Emperor comes back. Emperor ready to take over the galaxy. Good guys got to find where Emperor's at. Once they find where Emperor's at, it's their job to destroy the Emperor. That's the plot. Now, maybe not what you want to be, or you maybe can't understand, well, why is this? Okay, another question I heard. Why did Rey die? Okay, she died because the Emperor found out the two of them, Emperor Rey and Kylo, once they're together, they form a dyad. That's the word for it. A dyad means when two people are put together, they're stronger or something. I vaguely remember, but it's something to that fact, which means they were stronger together. So if you first saw him when he tried to get ready to kill him so he could put his essence in her body, he was all rotten up and ragged, looked like a vampire that didn't have blood. Once he started drawing their force energy, he took almost all of it, enough to replenish and get himself looking like he was when he first was defeated by Mace Windu. So he had took about all their energy. And then and to put insult to injury, he flipped Kylo Ren over the cliff down into that ravine. Now she was on her last leg, but she started hearing the different voices and their energy came in and gave her another blast of like adrenaline. Like it was adrenaline rush. She was able to get lightsabers and repel him and fight off, but it took all her remaining energy. And it took all of her life force to get up. So that's why she died. Now, if you're hurt, you can use some of your force energy to bring someone back, like she did when they were fighting earlier. She stabbed him with his lightsaber. She didn't kill him, so she used some of her force energy to heal him. But she was completely dead. So Kylo knew that if in order to bring him back, he would have to sacrifice his force energy, which he did, because she saved him. And the moral of this whole thing is, which I didn't know, but now, basically, Palpatine was a grandfather. Darth Vader was a grandfather. They had grandchildren. Palpatine had Rey. Darth Vader had Kylo Ren. Skywalkers were good, but inherently, the granddaddy and the grandson were drawn to the dark. Palpatines are evil. Rey didn't know she was a Palpatine, but she has that bloodline. She was drawn to the light. And it turned out that just because you come from a particular family doesn't mean you have to always have those family traits. So Rey, who was born evil, well, her bloodline was evil, but she wanted to go more towards the light. She was able to save the so-called do-gooder, Kylo Ren, who was drawn to the dark, and she switched him back and saved his life. That was the big moral of the story. That was the big lesson to be learned. Just because you come from a so-called family or a so-called circumstance doesn't mean you have to always follow in your family footsteps. You can do the right thing and you can do the wrong thing. Kylo Ren was born in a family of goodness, do-gooders. They had very strong in the force, but he chose to go bad. her lineage came from the dark side, but she chose to do the right thing, and she was able to overpower her bloodline and her grandfather's wishes in order to become a Jedi and do the right thing. Think about it. Ninja 243 says, I love Disney Star Wars. Oh, I saw a question back earlier. I don't want to miss anybody's question. What movie, what to see that never happened? I don't understand the question, United Thrive. What movie, what to see that never, or you asking what movie that I never want to see happen? Green Lantern. I hate that movie. Only thing about Green Lantern I like is that at the end, Sinestro got the yellow ring, and I want to see the Sinestro corpse. That's what I want to see. But I wish Green Lantern had never happened. That movie pisses me off whenever I think about it. United Thrive says Star Wars should go to Netflix, Amazon, or Lionsgate. I don't think that's ever going to happen, but definitely not Amazon or Netflix. I don't know if Lionsgate. I mean, never can tell. I don't think Disney's going to get up any of his property no time soon. Sean says, I get what you're saying, but Star Wars should have all rights, have clean house. Hey, you have a right to your opinion, bro. I know a lot of people probably not going to agree with what I said, but I just think they need to take a hiatus for 3 to 5 years and write some good, pick 2, 3 good stories and just focus on that. Have George Lucas come back as the advisory role and, man, write up a good treatment. Use that treatment that he writes up. Get good writers, and they can make Star Wars great again. Damn, I sound like Trump. Ooh. They can make Star Wars better again. Nova. Nerds Gaming Company present films for all. God, spoilers. I'm sorry. Miss Nova. Disney will someday buy YT. What's YT? I'm going to blank with YT. Give me 2 minutes and you use restroom. 2 minutes. Thank you. Disney will someday buy YouTube. I don't know. I don't know what YouTube is worth, but boy, that would be a lot of money. A lot of money. I don't think YouTubers want that because Disney would have such a stranglehold on what content you could or couldn't put on there. So I don't know. I don't think that'd be a good idea. I would definitely have to see their structure and what they're talking about because they want everything kid friendly, which I don't have no parts of being kid friendly, but that stuff also that should be not kid friendly. They need to have the perfect, better mechanisms so kids can't get in there and access that. Kind of like this upcoming cop-up thing, but there's gonna be some kind of strong language or something in there from time to time. Kid don't need to have access to that, but there should be a place where that material can be at and a place where it's kid-friendly material. United Thrive says, sorry, I meant what movie you want to see that never happened. What movie did I want to see that never happened? I want to see a good Dragon Ball Z movie. That crap that they did 10, 15 years ago, it just really pissed me off. I want to see a good live action Dragon Ball Z starring Goku and Vegeta. I think Don Chen would be a perfect Vegeta. I like that actor. That's what I want to see. I want to see a live action, properly done Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super would be fantastic. Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super. Any saga I would want to see. Trying to think what else. I read an article. I don't know how true it is, so I'm not saying that's true. But I read an article about they're doing an Ant-Man 3, and the possible villain that's going to feature Ant-Man 3 would be either Green Goblin or Dr. Doom. I'm not familiar with comic book where I didn't realize that Ant-Man those were two of his enemies. So I don't know how they would put that in there. And like I said, I don't know. I just saw the article and I saw a YouTube clip on it. Just rumors out there. I don't know how true it is. I definitely want to see Doom, the big screen. I want him to be the next big villain. Fantastic Four would have been nice. They could have done an end game. In end game, what I would have done on the end credits is I would have maybe Doctor Strange calling, even a call from Reed Richards, and he's saying, "We got a problem going on, or we got some kind of issue, that I need to talk to you about." And then they flip to a screen in space. You can see something silver coming through space, and then behind it we see like the shadow or the shape of what looks like Galactus. That would have been hot. That's what I would have done. Tony Brown says Tendercats. I think you mean Thundercats. Yes, I wouldn't mind seeing Thundercats done live action. That would be hot. Idris Elba could be Panthro. Who could be Tiger? Maybe Brad Pitt could be Tiger. I don't know who could be Chitara. Or Wily Cat or Wily Kit. I'm trying to think of who could be Lionel. I don't know. I have to think about that. But I wouldn't mind seeing Thundercats. I can see that. United Thrive says, I love Dragon Ball Z when I was like 10. Well, I'm way older than you, United Thrive. I like Dragon Ball Z to the day. As you can see, I got my man Majin Vegeta back there, who's my favorite character. They got Dragon Ball Heroes on now. Got to catch up on. But I love Dragon Ball. It's my favorite. One of my favorite cartoons or anime, whatever I want to describe it. All right. Any more questions, people? Right now, I've been on 34 minutes, so I'm trying to shoot for an hour. I need your questions. Someone said Cats wasn't doing well in the box office. There won't be a Thundercats movie. That's funny. They don't have anything to do with each other, but that is funny. I have no idea, no inkling about Cats. I know it's some kind of musical Broadway that's supposed to be nothing I want to see. I'm not belittling. I'm not down there. I'm just saying it's not my cup of tea. I don't know anything about it. Not interested, so I don't want to see it. Mr. Scott, what's up, man? Glad you could join me. I appreciate it. Dominican, is that Dominican? That's one. Damenicion Scott. You always support me, man. I appreciate you joining me. Like I said, this live stream is any question goes. Any topic y'all want to discuss, any questions you want to answer me, I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. I'm trying to see if I saw anything. I look at so much YouTube every day, man. Some stuff I see and it clicks, and some stuff I'm like, that ain't gonna never happen. Just trying to remember what's the last. Like I told you, the last thing I saw was about Ant-Man 3. That's coming out. And a possible villain where they're saying it's going to be either Norman Osborn as the Green Goblin or Dr. Doom, Victor Doom. I personally would rather see Doom. We've already seen Green Goblin, so. Cats looks out earthly. Cats looks out earthly. I'm not sure what that means. Are you excited for the Grudge next year, or are you into horror? I'm not into horror. I tell you, some of that stuff I'm a chicken, so I don't really care for it that much. And a chicken per se, but I just don't. And especially that stuff that does like the religious stuff, like Damien and all that stuff. I don't care for it. Tony Brown says, "What's the latest you heard about He-Man?" I've heard nothing about He-Man. They tried that thing last year, and they're trying to have the guy to play Prince Adam, and he was Hispanic. Got nothing against Hispanic people. There's nobody, no race, anything. But I mean, if you want to try and stay true to the movie, I mean, why would He-Man be Hispanic? If you watch He-Man, he is a white male with blonde hair, blue eyes. Don't understand the direction they were going on that. I don't know how they could make that work. I mean, I don't know, but I haven't heard anything about He-Man. So don't know what to tell you. Mr. Scott said, "Did you hear the new release? Did you hear the new release of New Mutants?" I heard there's supposed to be a trailer coming out for that in January, if I'm not mistaken. But I haven't heard or seen anything about it. Craven the Hunter. I haven't heard anything about Craven the Hunter. I would love to see him. He's one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. I'm hearing that they kind of lean towards the Sinister Six. They already got Mysterio. I don't think Mysterio's dead. They already got Mysterio. They already got the Vulture. They already got the Lizard was introducing the jail as a Vulture. If you want to go back to the Amazing Spider-Man, they got the Rhino. So, and they already got the Lizard. So, it's going to be hard to say. I don't know what they're going to do. I would love to see Craven, but I haven't heard anything about any movie production or anything. Mr. Scott said, "What are your favorite movies of the year? Of this past year?" Well, I definitely like Rise of Skywalker. I'm going to say it's one of my favorites. I definitely love Endgame. That was on point. My wife and I watched something they called The Kitchen, and it's starring Tiffany Haddish and Melissa McCarthy. They're two comedians, but they were in this serious. It was drama about wives of mobsters and gangsters that went to jail. That got caught up for selling drugs, whatever, and went to prison for 3 years. They only actually stayed 16 months, but during that 16 months, they had to take over. And man, they took over, and man, they made that business more efficient than the husbands did. It was pretty good. It was a sleeper. But me and my wife watched that today. And I'm trying to think of, let me get a list of movies or two that came out this year. Movies that came out in 2019. Okay. I watched The Lion King. It was okay. Joker is one of my favorites. Spider-Man Far From Home was a favorite. You probably gonna laugh at me, but I like Gemini Man. I'm not gonna say a favorite, but I liked it. The Kitchen, like I said, yep. Dark Phoenix was not bad. People don't like it. It took a lot of heat, but it was not bad. United Thrive, I believe I said that He-Man was blonde hair and blue eyed. I believe that's what I said. And the actor that they were going for was Hispanic, brown hair and brown eyes. So that was where I was confused at. Now, if they would have made it work some kind of way, an alternate plan, an alternate Eternia, I don't know. I definitely would have went watch it. I don't know if I would have liked it because I'm used to what I've seen as a child. But right now, it ain't doing nothing. So, yeah, blonde hair, green hair, purple hair, it ain't doing nothing now. It is dead. Captain Marvel wasn't bad. I'm trying to look at this list. It's a long list. A lot of stuff here I didn't watch before. John Wick 3, one of my favorites. John Wick 3 is one of my favorites. Shaft was another one of my favorites. Shazam, man. John Wick 3 definitely. Okay. That's about it, Damenicion Scott. Tony Brown said, I'm hearing he may be in Black Panther 2. Who may be in Black Panther 2? Who you hearing maybe be in Black Panther 2? United Thrive. My favorite movies are Dread, The Wolverine, MOS, Game Night. What is MOS? Don't know what MOS is. Drawing a blank. Dark Phoenix is my favorite underrated movie of the year. Underrated, I agree with you definitely. Favorite, I didn't hate it. I definitely didn't hate it. I don't know if I would put it as underrated favorite. I would definitely put it as underrated. It flew under the it flew under the radar. I agree with you, Damenicion Scott. It flew under the radar as underrated, but favorite, I'm not gonna say that. Two Gun Pedro said, "Are you going to see Bad Boys 3?" But I probably would go see it, but am I excited to see it? No. Now, what I was excited to see, Eddie Murphy was on Saturday Night Live last week, and he said they just finished filming Coming to America 2. Now, I'm excited about that. I want to see that. I want to see what happened since he's become king. James Earl Jones is still living, but Madge Sinclair, who played the queen, she's dead. But I want to see what's going on now. I want to see that. So I'm really excited about that. Did you see Godzilla King of the Monsters? No, I did not. I am not a fan of Godzilla. I'm a fan of King Kong. I hope when King Kong meets Godzilla that he whips his ass. Never did. Never cared. The only Godzilla I cared for was the one with what's the guy that married Sarah Jessica Parker? Broderick. The one he did with that it wasn't Godzilla. Well, he was Godzilla, but he was on that island that radiation hit and it messed up the eggs and it made him grow so big. I like that Godzilla more than the traditional Godzilla. The traditional Godzilla from the 70s, 80s, and no, did not watch it. Probably won't buy it. Only time I'll see it when it comes on TV. Not gonna spend money to see it. You know that time say Dark Phoenix has an amazing soundtrack by Hans Zimmer. I'll take your word for it, bro. I don't listen to all that music. Man of Steel. Yes, I want to see a man. I see MOS, Man of Steel. I agree with you. Man of Steel was cool. I would like to see a Man of Steel 2. I hope Henry Cavill will come back after he's done doing The Witcher, which I've seen episode 1 of The Witcher. I think it's going to be all right. That fight scene he had with that girl at the end was pretty intense. I'm not quite figured out his powers yet. I just seen the first episode. It's only 8 episodes, so I'm going to try and check that out sometime before the end of this week. Tony Brown said all John Wicks are my favorites. Yes, they are, but John Wick 3 was especially my favorite because there was a scene with him and Halle Berry. They killed about 200 men in the most efficient manner I've ever seen in my life. And them 2 dogs she had was hell. The Hunter. I don't know what that means. The Hunter. I love the Jason Bourne trial. Yep, Jason Bourne was straight. Tell me, United Thrive, this is for you. Tell me from bad to worse, who's the baddest? Jason Bourne, John Wick, the Equalizer. What was his name on Equalizer? I can't think. Robert McCall. And not the first guy, but the second guy that played what's the guy with the bald head with the tattoo? I can't think of his name. Hitman. Yeah, those 4. Jason Bourne, Hitman, Equalizer. Jason Bourne, Hitman, Equalizer, and John Wick. Rank those for me. From baddest to worst. Who you think the best, then second best, third best, fourth best. And let's see if we close. Tony Brown said, I was hearing Craven the Hunter might be in Black Panther 2. I haven't heard that. Only when I heard that they may be doing either Namor or they may be doing Doom. Namor and Doom. That's what I heard. Namor and Doom are the 2 names I'm hearing. I agree with you. I'm looking forward to Coming to America too. Yeah, man, that's going to be funny. If you ever see Eddie Murphy on Netflix, go and see him. I Am Dolomite. Dolomite is my name. He is funny in that, man. He kills it. He should get something for that. I don't know if he even get nominated because I don't know if enough people will see it. But he did a great job. If you've ever seen Rudy Ray Moore, he really did a good job. Okay, United Thrive. You got my answers back yet, Bo? Who I want you to rank the most dangerous and least dangerous. John Wick, Robert McCall, the Equalizer, Denzel Washington, Jason Bourne, and the Hitman. Which one is? Have you ever seen the Red movies? No, I have not. Kill Bill also. I want to see Kill Bill at one time, but I have no problems with it. United Thrive. You like Punisher? I'm surprised you won't be in the Black Widow movie. I've seen there are 3 different Punishers. The one with Dolph Lundgren back in the 80s. Then they had the one with John Travolta played the bad guy. I can't think of the name of the good guy that played. And then that last one, Punisher, with a dark hair. I forgot what they called it. He was hell. I like that Punisher the best out of the 3. Now, someone, I can't think of Dave, not for Dave Filoni, but hold on 1 minute. I'm sorry. Who was the guy? I think it was Kevin Feige. Don't quote me on that. But Kevin Feige or someone in the Marvel camp said that once we've seen this Black Widow movie, it's going to change some things we already know about the existing MCU. Now I've heard a rumor that Black Widow is not dead. That in some mission, sometime before she went his last mission after Winter Soldier, she and her sister switched faces, kind of like on Face Off, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. Remember that movie? And that she has her sister's face, her sister has her face. But one of my friends pointed out that look when she went and saw um, Red Skull, Red Skull would have pointed that out when she went on Vulmir or whatever the name of that place to get the Soul Stone. Now that's just a rumor. I have nothing concrete to back that up. It's just something that I heard, and that I don't know if that's going to be a part of it or not. Hold on 1 minute. I saw Sean on here. Let me invite him and see if you want to come on here. Hold on 1 minute, people. I'm going to answer. I saw your answer popped up. You didn't thrive. Give me 1 minute. Let's see if Sean's on here. Sean, if you're on here, still on here, and you want to join me, I just sent you a link, brother. Now, get on to who else I was talking about. Merry Christmas to you, David. I appreciate you joining me, man. Thank you. Tony Brown says, just saw another preview about Dolomite he's going to be doing also. You doing another Dolomite? Okay, that should be cool. I see Black Widow possibly introducing someone like X-Men, maybe Omega Red. I wouldn't mind seeing Omega Red. He's more of a Wolverine enemy, but I wouldn't mind seeing that too. King Ethan said, The Witcher was amazing. Great storytelling. I've only seen one episode, brother, so don't spoil it. But what I saw, I like. So I hope that it's going to be good. I was told that if I like The Witcher, I would like Game of Thrones. I've never seen Game of Thrones. I'm that person that's hiding under the proverbial rock. I haven't seen maybe 4 episodes of Game of Thrones. Start off really slow for me. They might pull a Coulson. Not getting a reference on that, David. Help me out. You said John Wick, Jason Bourne, Equalizer, and Hitman. That's my order. I put John Wick, Equalizer, Jason Bourne. Yeah. Man, Equalizer, hell boy. Jason Hell too. I ain't mad at that. David says, got an Xbox 360. I used to have one. I got one, but I ain't plugged it up in years, boy. I got a PlayStation 4 now. But I haven't plugged my Xbox 3. I haven't played any that game in years. I'm trying to wonder. I don't think I got to plug it. I don't know what I did. I think I unplugged it. I don't know what I did with it. I do very little gaming now, bro. The last game I played, man, last year, my favorite game, all-time game, y'all probably going to laugh at me, is Def Jam, The Fight for New York. I told my wife I wanted that last year. She went on eBay, whatever, and was able to get me the game. I mean, the console. I was able to track down the game at a local place here where I live at. And, man, for probably about 6 months, I played that hard. And that's my favorite game. That's tell you how old I am. But I don't do much gaming, bro. I'm trying to focus on this and my other two jobs. Some guy who worked at Fox were going to have an epic battle in the X-Men film, just like the end game before Disney bought Marvel. Okay. Xbox, my one mistake. I've always gravitated more to PlayStation, so I don't know. Xbox is fine, but I prefer PlayStation. And I love Mortal Kombat. I used to play the Mortal Kombat, and I got PlayStation 4 now, and I got NFL 2018, and I believe Injustice. What I got, and I love those two games. I love Marvel when I saw a kid, but now I love DC. Okay, I love them both. I hope DC catches up with Marvel. That would be nice, because I do think DC has the more interesting characters than Marvel. DC has more household names than Marvel. Everybody knows Superman. Everybody knows Wonder Woman. Everybody knows Batman. Of course, all the ladies know this Aquaman, Jason Momoa. That's why I think he did so well too, because he's eye candy for the ladies. But DC definitely has more recognizable names. So I just hope they be able. I hope this Wonder Woman 1984 will be a hit, which I think it will be based on what I've seen from the trailer. So I'm with you on that. I like Marvel. I love both of them, but DC has the better characters in my opinion. Phil Coulson, surprised he's alive. Yep. So he got more lives than a cat, buddy. David says, had a PS1, had great memories with that one. Yep. United says, do you love Saw? Are you going to watch the one coming in 2020 called The Organ Donor? Talking about what that man would be putting people in these unwinnable objects. They got to cut the hand off or do all this crazy stuff or make some kind of daily chores to escape the rooms he have them in. I used to watch Saw for a minute, but like I said, I don't really gravitate towards that the horror and stuff. Last horror movie I'm trying to watch, what is I can't even remember. But the last horror show I used to watch was like what's the thing with the zombies? Fear the Dead and thing with little boy and his daddy was the cops. I think they got killed. That's the last thing I watched. But like I said, I don't watch too much horror. What do you think about Doctor Doom being Ant-Man 3? You heard that too. I heard that's a rumor. I don't have any concrete evidence. I don't know if anything's been confirmed about that. But I would love to see Doctor Doom in any capacity. And I hope they do him right. Because Doom is one of the best minds. He's one of the top 10 smartest people on the planet. Him, Reed, Iron Man, Shuri, Black Panther, all those people are geniuses. So I would love to see him mix it up with the Fantastic Four. Like I said, there's talk about it, the rumors. I have nothing concrete, but if the rumors are true, I would definitely be a fan of seeing Dr. Doom come back. Because I think he's probably curious about those PIM particles and all that stuff. Because I think Doom's going to be one that's been watching from afar and keeping track of all this stuff. And then once he sees his opportunity to go ahead and make his move, that's what he's going to do. He's going to just sit back see where the chips fall, and then once he come with one of his master plans, that's when he's gonna put it into action. So that's what I think is gonna happen. My friends, we have been on here for 1 hour. That was my objective, to be on here 1 hour. I want to thank you all for asking all your questions. I definitely appreciate it. Like I said at the beginning of my show, my goal was 1,000 subscribers, which I reached about 2 weeks ago. Now my next goal is 1,500. I can only do that with your help. So actually, please share the links. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Those like buttons get me on better spots on YouTube pages. Also, it helps out the algorithm, and it also gets me trending. So I was going to ask you, man, if you have any, please hit the notification bell, because I don't want y'all to miss any material anytime I go on live or any material that I upload, man. Your feedback and your comments, man, I read them all. I try to respond to them all, because your questions are important to me. Your opinions are important to me. I like this healthy discussion that we have. I appreciate everyone that always supports me and comes on. I know if I stay true and I stay steady, my numbers will increase, and I know that you have my back, and I appreciate that, man. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every one of y'all that writes and supports me. Nat Thrive said, thanks. Thank you. Dave Quintana said, I could see Doom be the next Thanos, taking or Avengers or Galactus. Yep, I can see that too. I definitely agree with you. Two Gun Pedro, have a great holiday too, brother, man. I appreciate the questions and appreciate the support. King Ethan says, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Same to you, brother. David says, Merry Christmas. Thank you, sir. Merry Christmas to you all. To all of you, thank you. I will try and be back later on this week. Again, thank you for your support, man. As always, man, y'all stay cool. Y'all stay safe. You have a happy holidays, man. Have a good year. Catch y'all later. Peace.